All right, welcome back to the Garden State Growth Show. Today we have a very special guest, Nick Fusilli, like the pasta. He already told me that. By way of Bradley Beach / Neptune City. Is that right? Is that right,
That's
Nick?
a good way to put it.
He's the lead purveyor of Freedom Acquisitions. We are going to say he's an investor and entrepreneur, but we'll let Nick explain it a little further, what he's doing today, and kind of give us like high level 30,000 foot view of kind of what you do.
Yeah, so what I'm working on right now, I've several businesses. I play the same role in all of them: accounting, finance, usually
Got it.
like the fixer. I'm like the cream at the top. Everything just floats up if there's a problem.
Yeah.
But it's just the same job on repeat. Doesn't matter which business entity. I run everything out of the same building,
Right.
so it's not hard. I just have different people reporting to me for different problems. And then we rolled all of our. We've been in real estate investing for like now this is year 8,
Okay.
and we've over the last 2 years rolled everything out of residential into commercial.
What kind of commercial properties do you
uh,
guys specialize in?
We have 3 strip centers right now.
3 strips.
Centers.
Where are those located?
They're all literally all in a row in Millstone.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
So that's where we rolled everything into those. We were like, we're tired of getting the calls for the little stuff.
Right.
So it made
We
it a
want
lot more
bigger
efficient.
problems.
Yeah, we want big problems.
All in one place.
It is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's a lot easier to have like a guy
Right.
delegated to, hey, you're the person that takes care of this stuff, not, hey, there's 18 properties you got to drive around to.
Right.
It's like, hey, you're always going here.
So you get economy of scale kind of
It's
or efficiency.
like, hey, there's 5 people getting HVAC maintenance today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Like everyone's on a same schedule. You can automate stuff with software a lot easier when
Yeah.
everything's in one spot.
So these are all these strip centers, they're not connected. They're just like all near each other.
They're all literally on the same road.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was a portfolio. So
sick.
Awesome.
yeah.
And how many tenants are on it?
It is 19 tenants.
Nice.
Yep. Well, it's 18 in a gas station. So
Okay.
And when did you acquire this?
this was end of last year, where we started the way that we structured the contract, because it was, again, when you run into like these mom and pop operators, it's a lot tougher to get real numbers.
Right.
So as part of our due diligence,
A lot of napkin math.
Oh, God. It went from like, you get the books from them, you get the books from the bank, and you're like,
What?
oh, what? No one's on the same page. And you get
Yeah.
the books from the tax accountant, and you're like, oh, this doesn't make sense. So we put it in the contract of like, hey, you want to move to Florida, so you can go move to Florida. We'll take over the property as our due diligence and just run it so that we actually have real numbers. So we started that last year.
Wow.
Cool.
And we're, I guess you could say, officially closing earlier this year, but we just rolled everything into that.
Part of your deal was you running it to get the numbers. And
They
then your
were-
purchase price was based off that.
I mean, we have a purchase price,
Yeah.
but it was, us kind of figuring it out,
Making sure it's
again.
real.
Yeah. Like my wife worked in finance as an underwriter for large assisted living facilities and a
Mhm.
big fund. So she's like my cheat code
Oh,
for
phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like, I'm pretty good at underwriting, but when she started, she just blows me out of the water. So I was like, all right,
You just do this.
yeah,
No.
she's got it. So it's like we've worked on models together for a while now, which is like 95% her, and it's great. That's like our good little dynamic.
What's like a common misconception about owning a strip mall that maybe new investors are not thinking of?
You need to be a paralegal.
Mm.
Like, you pretty much have to be a paralegal. It's leases are either your best friend or your worst nightmare,
Right.
and you need less gray. Everything needs to be black and white. 'Cause
Maybe
if it-
more simple leases.
yes and no.
Yeah.
It's the way that we're restructuring the leases, from how I've been taught from mentors and stuff, it's just everybody has the same lease, and then you have a top sheet of
Mhm.
what's different in the lease. So
Right.
all the documents are the same. And then if you're looking for differences, you don't have to flip through pages and pages and pages. It's like-
Right.
That saves you a bunch of time.
Just addendums on first or last page.
Exactly. And that's it. It's actually just like a top sheet.
Oh.
And it's so much better. It's so much better.
Way
Like,
more efficient.
way more efficient. And we put everything together now to that, and we're going to convert everybody over as soon as we close. And it's just little things like that. Like the things you get from, you'll get calls from a tenant to say, or you get a text message or something like, wow, like snow removal was awesome. And then like 2 weeks later, you'll get a message from somebody else like, oh my God, the snow removal bill is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well,
Do you want it to be awesome?
like, do you want great snow removal or do you want bad snow removal?
Yeah.
You know, it's all the little things, but like at the end of the day, like it's systems.
Yeah.
And I think you can systemize this. It is a larger learning curve than like, I would say like regular investing, but at the end of the day, it's, I enjoy it a lot more because when you can put it all together,
Yeah.
from an accounting perspective and everything, like I like that.
So that's where you're at today. Let's go back to kind of how you started. What was your first job?
I was a accountant at Meridian Healthcare.
That was your first job?
Yeah.
No
Wow.
way.
Or you mean like
No.
first
Yeah.
non like
It'd be like high school.
Yeah, super first.
landscaping.
There we go.
There we go. That's perfect. That's better.
That's what I thought. You look like a landscape.
Yeah, sure. Landscaping and construction, you know, that was
Okay.
and then I worked at Hollywood Video, you know,
No way.
places that don't exist anymore.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Blockbuster's cheap competitor. You didn't see a
Get the TV.
long-term career at
Yeah.
Hollywood Video?
Nah.
Any funny stories from working there?
Oh man. I would say almost funny or just like the super good perks of the job that people didn't know about
Yeah.
was like when video games came in, you got to take them like 2 weeks early.
Oh.
So like,
Wow.
Is this like 1998?
oh
What year
yeah.
is this?
Oh god. I don't even, I'm trying to even math
It's
it
like
in my head. I
N64
was like
era?
14,
Sega?
so I'm 37, so 23 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
we were still Xbox
Okay.
360. So like we were on Halo
Oh, nice.
early, like 2 weeks early.
Did they have consoles like set up you could play there?
Oh no, you could take it home.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the reason why I actually
Yeah,
work
that was,
there.
if you really want to break it down.
Like they knew you were taking
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah, no, you were allowed to.
Oh, it's
like you
just
could
like-
sign it out.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so
that's
you would
pretty
like
cool.
sign it out 2 weeks early.
For a year?
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
You arm wrestle someone
Yeah.
for it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I'm going to get paid one way or another.
wait, tell me this would happen.
yeah, it was pretty awesome. It's like when people go and like sign in and then, like they see your level on your online multiplier. They're like, how many hours did you play?
It just came out.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing for 2 weeks, so I don't know. I'll tell you.
Nah,
So what's after Hollywood Video?
yeah. Let's see. I held that for a bit, but I was just landscaping
Yeah.
and stuff, and then interned at accounting firm.
Was it your own landscaping business or you working for
Yeah.
somebody else? That's
I was
cool.
working with my buddy, and it was like our own little thing that we
Did
had
you have a
going.
spreadsheet back then? Or
No,
This is before spreadsheets.
This is all about
Before-
napkins, right?
Yeah, that was
This is
napkins
napkin
only.
math.
Yeah, no, it was,
I have more today than yesterday. Should be good.
We were pretty
Should be
good.
I got ramen. We're
You
good.
get really good at not spending any money because you work every day.
There we go.
Yeah, and like I think that's just like, you know, I just always work. So
Did you charge based on how long it took you to cut the lawn or the size of the lawn?
we were just making shit up.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
$30 a week.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it was like, yeah, exactly. It was like 20 to like $60. I have no idea. We were just making stuff up.
Depends on the zip code.
Yeah, the fact if we were
Good
even
days.
making money, it was amazing.
Yeah. And then did you go to school after high school or?
Yeah, so I went to college. Went to Sacred Heart in
Okay.
Connecticut, and
Major in anything
major
there?
in accounting.
Okay.
And
What made you choose that?
I just didn't want to do anything that involved a lot of reading,
Okay.
which turned out to be false because you had to read.
You're reading
no-
numbers.
yeah, you just read numbers. So, but no, it's just like I always spoke. I spoke numbers better than
Gotcha.
words. I still have absolutely abysmal type. Well, I can type great, but you just don't always want to read what comes out
Mhm.
on the other end. So
Right.
that's why there are people in place in my businesses to make sure that
Right.
it gets cleaned up. Or you click the AI button.
Yeah.
Well, now it's
So, were you a
more-
CPA at the end of that, or?
No, I started doing that and passed a couple tests,
Mhm.
and then when you're in the corporate ladder, it's not. I had a couple bosses that, after talking to them for a while, they're like, what are you gonna get out of getting a CPA?
Right.
And it's not required in that
Right.
ladder. So I mean, honestly, I was working so much too at that
Yeah.
time. Like it was just, trying to study and work I give credit to anyone
Yeah.
that can pull it off. But I now see like the programs nowadays, like they're kind of prepping people to do it while they're in college, and then, kind of roll out with 1 or 2 pass, and then you pass the next 2 over the summer,
Yeah.
which makes way more sense than trying to do it while you're at work.
Are you able to say like what companies you were at early on?
Yeah. So early on, Meridian Health,
Mhm.
which is now Hackensack, worked
Gotcha.
over in Wall. Had another job after that at a small company. They don't exist anymore. And then went to LVMH, Louis Vuitton. So
Cool.
that was, I would say, every girl around me in my life, that was everyone's favorite job that I ever held.
Really?
Mainly because the perks that they got, not from my perks. So
What perks did they get?
we got a lot of free stuff. So I was in the makeup and perfume division, so they would just give you huge bags of
Wow.
stuff.
So you were a good boyfriend.
Great.
Great.
Nah.
So thoughtful.
Yeah.
It's so thoughtful.
I came back. I remember the first time I came back, and like I come back and dropped it off for my mom. I was like, Mom, like I don't even know how much crap is in here. Like here's 2 massive duffel bags of stuff.
Wow.
And she was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable.
It's like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, no.
Well, the markup on that stuff is incredible, right?
Oh.
Tell us about the margins.
Hundreds.
You were in
of
accounting, you know.
Oh, I know.
percent.
No, it's when you're into the designer brands, I could tell you they do not spare a penny on the experience and the boxing. Like
Right.
everything is thought of, and there's all line items for all of it, but we'll just say that there's a pretty damn good market.
All right.
They're not making money.
Yeah. But that just goes to show you how powerful having a brand is.
No, it's all branding. Like
Yeah.
that is especially nowadays, how everything's kind of morphing around, and
Yeah.
exactly we were talking about it before we got on here. It's like having the brand, having like this is who you are or what
Mhm.
you believe in. Like they've been doing that since the beginning of time.
Right.
There's a reason why
Yeah.
they are who they are. Like everybody knows most of the brands that they have, and they don't even understand that there's so many more, that all of the people who around here who we could say like, hey, like we're successful, like we're doing well, like we know what these brands are, they're nice if I see them. They have another class of brands that we don't even see. And that was what was eye-opening to me, is like
Mhm.
you start to understand that there's these guys that come from like these oil sheiks that come
Yeah.
over, and they're buying 4 or 5 items, but they'll just take a mega yacht across the ocean and come pick their items up. And
No
you're
way.
like, what?
Wow.
And like from my end, of course, it's like start digging in, start tracking where all the individual pieces come from, how much it costs
Yeah.
to make, and like, it was, waste of time at work, but
Do you think
It was
the
good.
richest person is unknown?
100%. They don't want to be known. That's the way
Right.
I look at it.
Yeah. It's
Um,
got to be one of those guys, right?
It's got to be.
Because we only know the publicly traded rich guys, Greg.
Correct.
Your Musks, your
Oh,
other
there's
guys.
a lot of people that when they are at a certain level, they want to be camouflaged. Like you don't. There's like a lot of trusts. There's a lot of things that are safeguarding them from the outside world.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, like there's
And I mean, coming from that, it's like just like from business structure and like the way that you can literally you can manipulate things. And it's one of the things like I've been doing a lot, kind of helping people out. It's like, I guess not even manipulate, but it's like you can just build out the correct structure on businesses and stuff
Yeah.
to, one, hide where the ownership is, and 2, do it in an effective way for proper expensing. But like they're extremely good at hiding things.
they have a team basically of people to make sure.
they have a company of people. Yeah, it's like when people are like, oh, like, wow, like, how do they do that? And I'm like, look, if you have 2 or 3 people doing something for you, they have 2 or 300 people doing the exact same thing for them at an entire another level that you can never do. So,
And they retracted that law where you had to like disclose who the ownership of the LLC is, or at least they pushed it out a couple years.
mm,
But I remember everyone's like kind of freaking out last year, like getting all that paperwork done.
yeah, I
I think there's a lot of politics in it
yeah,
too.
there's a lot of politics in that. I mean,
There's always a lot of politics.
I did all the paperwork, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh god, I don't want to do this, but that's the one thing that I'm also happy about downs. Like when you move your portfolios around,
Yeah.
and like now I'm going for efficiency,
Mm-hmm.
and like, yeah, you can leave some money on the table, but if you're making it time efficient, it's becoming more valuable.
Right.
And it's going from like having, oh, hey, I have these 28 different entities to, okay, let's cut this down to 15, keep strategic ones where you have to, but you know, not detouring. It's just that's like going to like time efficiency is really key and dodging beneficiary ownership paperwork.
So you're in accounting, work for another company.
Mhm.
What was it you saw or heard that kind of sparked your interest into getting into acquisitions or investing?
So I started seeing there's a couple stages at different job jumps that I saw, and it was seeing one was like when you first get to see a huge portfolio of real estate
Mm-hmm.
and you're seeing all the numbers of what they're peeling off of this, and I was like, oh wow, like this is really interesting, like just
Mhm.
as one portion of the portfolio, and then you're seeing all the depreciation entries
Mhm.
pour in and looking at it, and I'm like, okay, like this is
They're keeping some of this money.
this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You know, but you start to see that, but then you also start to see when people are taking those risks and reinvesting into themselves and dumping money back into the business, or it's like seeing firsthand on one of the startups I was with where like the owner's barely, he's taking like a $60,000 a year draw.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like you're seeing these things and you're seeing how they're reinvesting in themselves and then becoming a better brand and a better company.
Yeah.
And seeing that firsthand, I was really happy that I made a couple jumps after leaving true corporate
Mm-hmm.
to more startups. And that was where I really started to see like, okay, like I'm not a good employee. I'm a good worker, but I
Yeah.
need to work for myself.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Then you look for more efficiencies and arbitrage to increase the value.
I was like the fixer in corporate,
Mhm.
and I've kind of kept that title going for. It's like I would always just, oh hey, we got a problem. All right,
Mm.
cool. Give it to the kid with ADHD that just like can't do the same thing over and over again, and I'll just figure it out.
Love
But,
that.
no,
Superpower.
it's a blessing and a curse. So
Yeah.
it's also bad because then you got to stay on target when you're working for yourself, and sometimes I'll fully admit I'll go scatterbrain and just be like, oh yeah.
Squirrel moments.
Yeah,
What?
squirrels. Yeah.
Squirrel. What kind of businesses were you analyzing mostly?
When I was looking to buy them, or
Yeah.
when I was looking to buy them, I was looking at I first jumped into it as like owner occupied real estate, like because that was like I figured real estate out enough
Mhm.
first just by like blindly throwing money at it at the beginning and just being like, all right, like working with at the time my girlfriend, not even my wife or fiance, like we were like, hey, like let's get a couple pieces of real estate.
Yeah.
So I had already owned a place that we were staying in, and then we got a couple, and then just playing games, it's like, oh, okay, like we can borrow against this one now that we renovated it, and then you go buy a couple more.
Getting your
and-
hands dirty.
Yeah, we got our hands dirty literally, and it was like, oh, hey, like you guys did all these Airbnbs at the beginning, and I was like, yeah, I did it kind of when Airbnb was good. It's not great anymore, but we did it early on, and I mean, like I furnished a house for like $5,000, like,
Wow.
and it was
Where were you doing
really
Airbnbs?
all by the shore,
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore area,
Okay.
and we did it. We had a bunch of them, and let's just say I'm happy. We got in and out of the game at a good
Purposely?
time. Yeah,
Mhm.
I could say, not that not that we were super strategic.
Do you think it's the market just got flooded with people trying to do the same thing?
And it's not like when we were first in it, the people that were in it wanted to be in it.
Got it.
And it wasn't just random investors or like you
Mhm.
had the people that owned beach houses forever, and then you had people that were trying to get into the market with Airbnb. That's what the market was when we first did it.
Sure.
And it was great, but we kept our occupancy up
Mm-hmm.
our whole time when we sold it. But like
Yeah.
we got out of it now and I was like, I'm just tired of them. I'm tired of
It's
it.
a lot of
'Cause
turnover.
It's a lot of turnover, but it was a lot of like, I mean, there's a lot of BS that goes with it.
Sure.
People complain about dumb stuff.
Like review management and stuff.
Yeah, you're just like, this is just, again, we're going back to
Yeah. What year
time
is this?
efficiency per dollar.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was like, all right, I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we've been doing this for a while.
Right.
So we just got rid of the ones we wanted to, and a couple, we have one more 2-unit, which we technically could do it on, but we're just not. We're done. We do medium term or we got one long term. So
And do you own any other businesses besides the strip mall?
yeah, so business wise, I run everything at a wall that I have. Shirt that I'm wearing today, New Jersey Commercial Laundry Repair. This business came from working with friends who own laundromats and being in real estate and talking to people with multi-housing,
Mhm.
like having laundry rooms and stuff. And it was just going through my head over and over again. Like I had kept hearing it come up at real estate meetups
Yeah.
and stuff. And I was like, hey guys, like, do you want to just start this?
Right.
Like, you guys are really good at fixing machines. You've been doing it for 15 years. Like, let's just start and let's just throw a website
You
up
saw a
and see what
need
happens.
for it.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. It was like you searched it online. You just couldn't even find people
Wow.
because the people that have been doing it for 40, 50 years. They're not
online.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah, like
they already
there's
have their
They don't really
customers.
want their phone to ring.
dude, I called one old guy that's been in it, and he was like, dude, you're lucky I even picked up the phone. He's like, you
Wow.
you emailed me and texted me like 8 times. Somehow you got my personal number.
Wow.
And I was like, I just wanted to hear what your story was, dude. Like that was
Yeah.
it. Like, and
Wow.
also I saw where you're located. Like, I can refer you business because we don't want to go there. And he was like, dude, I have like 3,500 customers in a notebook. He's like, I haven't taken a new customer in like 5 years. I don't care.
Wow.
He's like, I have so much business. He's like, this is what'll happen to you guys. Like, you just pick and choose who pays well, and you just stop with everybody else. He's like, there's just no one that wants to service anything.
Why?
So again, it's boring businesses.
Mm.
And then it lined up perfectly with the great scam of what we call the Instagram laundromat time.
What's that?
Which was like, oh, hey, you can own a laundromat. It's super easy. It's super passive. Yeah, okay. Like, have fun with that. We knew the back end of it because with my 2 really good friends, like, so we understood that there's so much more to go into it.
Mhm.
And then we just got into the side of, we're on the service and distribution side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to leverage my connections from real estate to where we now service, we service a little over 100 apartment buildings in New Jersey right now.
Mm.
So every one of those rooms are usually like 4 to 10 machines. So,
Wow.
and every building usually has like 2 or 3 rooms. So
you're not going there yourself, right?
No. I'm going to be dead honest. I basically know how to do nothing. But no, like
That's better that way.
Yeah, no, it's better. Like the first year when like we started getting bigger jobs and like, I mean, we joke about it. It was like, we're just like we were like calling friends and like, it was like, oh, hey, like it's summertime. We got these first couple big jobs and like, we're just calling our friends. We're like, hey, dude, like you're a teacher. You're not working today. Right?
Yeah.
So we just like, I went on a couple big install jobs at the beginning because we just didn't have we had a shell company.
Wow.
Because we were just running it thinking like, oh, it'll be a guy in a truck.
You started getting calls right away?
Dude, we put a website up and we got 5 calls in the first week. And I go, guys, we got a problem.
Oh my
We got a problem. This is not good.
Yeah. I was like, you're going on Amazon and you're like, dude, here's an invoice piece of paper. And like,
oh my
I didn't even, like, I just put a website up being like, oh, maybe we'll get a call. Not, oh no, like, this isn't good. Like, so it kind of.
How did you find the people that knew how to fix the.
That was my 2 friends.
Oh.
Yeah, so they just knew, they've been doing it. They have 5 laundromats. So they've been doing it for themselves for years.
Oh.
And
it's just not enough people who know how to fix these things.
No.
How old are some of these washer dryers?
Anywhere between
These are like dinosaurs.
Dude,
People
some
use
of them
for
are
20 years.
Yeah, 20, 30 years on some of them.
Doesn't it make sense to just buy new ones?
Okay, yes. But
Okay.
now we're going back to people that don't invest into their own business. So you have good operators and you have bad operators.
They're just looking for the cheapest fix.
Yeah, you want to look at stuff as like, you can keep these things going, most brands, usually for 25, 30 years.
Wow.
You really can. Like, and if you take care of them, good maintenance, and like actually keep up on stuff, if they got parts, you can fix them.
Mm.
But then you get people that certain brands phase parts out, kind of force you to go to new equipment. But also it's technology.
Right.
So it's like, but you look at all this stuff and like that was an eye opener. And like after we did that, I was like, guys, like I'm done with startups. Like this is not, I'm just buying. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Cause like when you go through it again, like it's horrible. Startups are tough. I give anyone credit that wants to do it, but it is a lot better to buy someone else's time here and leverage what they put in and their systems and processes. Because when you're doing it all from scratch, like it wasn't like we had an HVAC or electrical company where we could just pick up someone's model and drop it in. It's like you get pieces from people, but our model is very different and it's not the same. So it's
gotcha.
But no, it was a culmination of the real estate and business acquisition things going all together. So but that business, I mean, it was like 10x, 2.5x, and now we're going to try to 2x again this year. So
are you planning to exit to private equity eventually?
No, not this one.
Hold on.
This one, it's like we got distribution licenses. Well, we got sub distribution licenses and stuff. So we're just making strategic partnerships and just leveling up our services. But again, I wouldn't doubt that we get an offer at some point. It's just not really. We're just kind of building this one.
Because that sounds like something private equity would like to have.
Oh no, they want it.
Oh yeah,
we've gotten the calls already.
Already,
like, they're sniffing because they realize like
it's repeat business.
So you're getting there's like 2 or 3 big players in the game that are acquiring a lot of the smaller distributors and stuff, but they all run into the same thing. They have no one to service anything. So we're just trying to niche it down. And like, I have a couple concepts that we're trying to put in action of, optimizing our training and also trying to offer that as well online. So again, going back to it's like presence and like, okay, step 1, you have proof of concept. Here's what we use to train people. And then you can go give that to people either in a course or something with all the videos and walkthroughs as we're teaching people and onboarding people.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, no, I love it because it's like you can then go reach that person. Like think about like someone in the middle of Nebraska.
Right.
We're in New Jersey, but have a system on how to fix that equipment. You could be a laundromat owner and then just fix your own equipment by going through our system.
Yeah.
So that's where we're trying to go with it. But I think again, maybe at that point, that's when the exit comes back on the table. But we just have too much. We're just having fun doing it because I'm doing it with friends, which is fun.
It's awesome.
It's awesome, and you also want to kill everybody every day, so it's great.
Exactly. Do you guys have like a warehouse of parts and shit?
Dude, we run, when I say I run everything out of my one office, my office has a 7,000 square foot warehouse.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's my family building, so like.
You got forklift and stuff?
Yep.
We
got 4 trucks. Don't ask if anyone has a fork truck license, but.
You don't need that. Nah. They're electric now.
No, this one's not. This one hasn't broken yet. It's propane.
Probably smells so bad.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I used to work in a warehouse with one of those. It's like terrible.
Oh, you should not have it.
No, it should be illegal.
No, it should be illegal.
Like, I'm dying. That's awesome. Do you own any laundromats yourself?
So myself, I am not. We're in the process of we're building like a acquisition system for it.
Okay.
So they're 5 right now. We're using
as people who want to get out of them.
Yes, we're using that 5 as our base model. I've looked at a ton to buy. It's honestly an easy acquisition for me because it's like you're starting to look at things of like it's basically the acquisition becomes a bolt-on because you have all the other services.
You have the operations nailed down.
Yeah, they're just finalizing the last couple of things. We're doing a VA. Certain aspects are going to be VA, and then a couple different tier management that we're just putting in place right now. And then once that's open, then we can green light basically any acquisition because we can buy machines cheaper, we buy parts cheaper, and we have the service already bolted on. So
Wow.
that just becomes a plug. It will be a plug and play. It's just,
Sweet.
you know, it gives you an unfair advantage. It's in this world of entrepreneurship. It's like, where do you find your unfair advantage? And that's one of them. And if I can get the real estate at any of them, it's just
That's
more of a
it's win.
bonus. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you were talking about the Instagram laundromat era, were those laundromats not making as much business as people thought?
No, they didn't realize that it's a job.
Oh, like it's not passive income because the machines break and they have to call you.
And then there's people.
Oh,
There's people that work for you.
yes.
That unless you have a manager are going to call you.
Right.
And that's actually the worst. So
Got a quick question. No, this is not really quick.
it doesn't matter if you got SOPs or not. No one reads. So
Right.
at that tier of employment and
Right.
stuff.
That requires reading.
Yeah. It's so like I see what my friends go through. And now it's like it's nice to be at that helicopter view because now I can be like, okay, I don't want to even think about having one of these until all of this is fixed.
Right.
And then we could go acquire like 50. So the guy who I work with directly and has been a really good mentor in the business for me as well, he has like 40 laundromats. So systems, processes,
40.
repeat.
All in New Jersey?
No, he's all over the
all
place. So, but again, because he has a system for it.
Right.
So that's what it takes, you know.
Yeah.
Everything's scalable. It's just how are you going to do it?
Right. That's awesome. So what's next for you? What are you anything new you're trying to get into?
So what I'm working on now is actually a bolt on with my family business. I'm not really involved. Like my dad pulled me from corporate to help him retire, and we got him to his fake retirement stage, and hired another engineer to run his engineering firm.
Okay.
So he's in that transition stage, which is he'll play golf a couple days a week instead of coming to the office every day in the summer. I think that's as close as we're going to get to retirement for him. You know, but it's great because it's like we do get to have that enjoyment of like having father son. But
yeah,
I'm really only good at selling things and building systems with accounting and finance. I'm not an engineer. I'd be lying to any of you. So I'm useless from him from that standpoint.
Right.
So it's like, how do I find value? Value is I had an opportunity come to my plate to get a really, talk about niche stuff, combustion distribution license with a certain company. So right now we're trying to add that to our
combustion distribution.
So all those big heaters that are in those massive school buildings and hospitals and stuff like that, they all use these massive combustion valves and actuators. And I just want to get a distributor license. And I was trying to figure out a way. It's how do you get something where you can make money when you're sleeping?
Yeah.
Because like now it's like I've seen the service side. We've done some sales in there, which is great, obviously, but okay, this is a website.
Yeah.
This plugs into my warehouse. The same people that pull parts are going to pull parts from there and put it in a box, and UPS picks it up every day.
Right.
So bolt on, and it works. And everything that I have in my little world, they all kind of work together. So it's nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Amazing.
If you could go back when you started to getting into acquisitions and investing, any advice you'd give yourself that you know now that maybe you didn't know then?
So my first one that I ever did was we bought a sports facility and we bought the real estate with it, which
what's a sports facility?
So,
like indoor soccer?
Yeah.
An arcade?
Actually it was. So we bought the old Tab Ramos sports facility in Aberdeen.
Okay.
That was my first one. It's exit 117.
Yeah. No, I know where Aberdeen is. I just don't remember that place.
Yeah. So we made it the first indoor beach volleyball facility in the state. So
no way.
Cool. Yeah.
Shout out to your injury.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a different podcast.
I'm pretty retired. But no, it was we got to do that, and learning that process, I went through the SBA for the first time, and
Do you
My
like the
gosh.
SBA?
I mean, it's great for the opportunities that it offers. It is
Yeah.
not great for anything else.
Mhm.
What I would say is pay attention to definitely scope of what what your partnerships are.
Mhm.
So it's like clearly define
Roles.
roles.
Yeah.
That yeah. That's a really big thing though. It's like clearly
For
define
sure.
roles, and this is something that I've learned definitely after the fact was clearly define your buyout and divorce clauses,
True.
because at some point not everyone's going to want to keep doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I was very fortunate in this one. Like I'm exiting it this year. I've always had a great relationship with everybody.
Mhm.
Like, and we were able to easily
Yeah.
work out an exit, and that was fine. But that's not the case for everybody
Right.
all the time. So you have to have that very, like, before you even write an operating agreement, write how you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Because it's
Great
better.
point.
It's
Yeah.
basically a prenup, It's like,
Yeah.
this is what we're agreeing on now in case something happens.
Right.
Because look, life happens to everybody. There's nothing
Your priorities change. You have kids. You have time. You don't have time.
Yeah, like I don't have any time. I have a 10-month-old.
Oh yeah, you know.
And yeah, I'm in we're in the thick of it right now, but it's love every second of it. But
Yeah.
every time I'm looking at stuff, it's how do let me clip some hours off of this, because
Yeah.
I'm just trying to focus on different things now. Like I don't need to focus on those kind of things. I don't need Airbnbs,
Yeah.
you're like cut.
I would also say when you go into a business with partners, it should be strategic. Where you have the accounting guy,
Mhm.
yeah, you have someone who knows more than you about marketing, the sales guy, maybe
Mhm.
there's an attorney. So
Attorneys are hard to get to be partners.
That's true.
That's not gonna work all the time. But everyone else, yeah, like 100%. Like, and having strategic partners outside of your business that you work with consistently, that
Yeah.
helps a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know, again, attorney, one text message or one email, I know where most of my problems can go.
Right.
So it's good. Like that kind of stuff's huge. But again,
Build your team.
We did have a strategic team for that. So that
That's
was
great.
running into it. We kind of just figured it out.
Mhm.
But you have to have that kind of stuff. And
So outside of SBA loans, what places do you like to get money if you were going to buy a business?
my own brokerage account. No.
Let's say for a new investor.
I'm very lucky where I have built a really good relationship with a local bank. So I know if I need money for a business and it's something that's in my wheelhouses, I don't have it's very, how do I put it? Like, it's not very hard for me to go get a loan.
Gotcha. Because
And
you have the relationship,
I have the relationship,
track record.
Again, it's relationship, track record. What resources do you have? But again, you start to fall into the boat of when you don't need money, they'll give you money. So that is like, you want to always leverage money to get ahead, but you have to understand what you're putting at risk when you're going to get ahead.
Right.
And that's where I think a lot of people get in trouble.
Yeah.
Is they buy some of these service businesses, and like this is outside in, like looking at how other people are doing acquisitions now. They'll buy some of these service businesses and go full gas pedal, which is great, like awesome.
Yeah.
But it's lever. They have one bad streak a month, and they're underwater.
Right.
So it's lever, but you still got to know.
Verify.
Yeah, you still got verify, know your cash flow, understand your accounting. Like there's a lot of stuff of why I've been able to niche myself in to all these different businesses.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the same thing.
Gotcha.
I'm doing cash flow management. I'm doing the projections. I'm looking at all the accounting. I'm doing, people be like, oh, wow, why do you do the bookkeeping? I'm like, I have a really good beat on my businesses that I run because I do my own bookkeeping, but like I can do bookkeeping in 5 minutes. So it's really not.
Shout out to QuickBooks.
They
got AI for QuickBooks now.
I wish there was a better option.
Yeah.
It's just QuickBooks is
it unfortunately.
Have you tried Enterprise QuickBooks where you could have it all under one login?
I have it all under one login.
I need to do that.
I have like all my stuff. I have anything that I share with other people I run on QuickBooks Online. And anything that's for my entities, myself, or one that I'm solely in charge and nobody really ever wants to look at anything, I run on desktop still.
Oh,
The desktop is superior, even though they want to get rid of it.
I
So
didn't even know desktop was an option.
yeah, they don't let you know unless you have it.
Okay. You got to have it from the 2012.
Oh yeah, no, we're
Awesome. Well, Nick, we could chat all day,
Mhm.
but we're going to run out of time here. Appreciate you coming on
Thank you so much.
and letting us know where you're at. How can people find you? Are you on the internet?
kind of. No, I'm Instagram
Yeah.
and all the stuff. Just Nick. I think it's Nick.Fusilli. I think that was what I have for
Yeah.
Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook. I did make them all the same. That was good.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it's been having a good time.
Awesome. Appreciate you coming on, telling your story.
Mhm.
Sometimes those unsexy businesses like laundromat repair,
They can be
Could
very
be
profitable.
very lucrative.
So,
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you to Nick, and see you soon.